Guys, welcome to another video. Unfortunately, because I didn't intend for this to be a part 1 and part 2, I don't have an official intro for this video, so just you're gonna have to make do with some clips of the clouds, and then we'll just get started. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching.
There was this K-drama that I watched. K-drama? Getting my letters confused. This C-drama that I watched. It's called Night of Love with You. This was a trip. It's one of those short web dramas that like the episodes are like between 5 to 10 minutes long. But if you look on Tencent's channel, you can find like the full drama for like, it's like I think 2.5 hours, 3 hours long. It's quick, but it is good. It is good. When I tell you that this is good stuff, I mean it. So basically, it's about this chick, and basically she is a character. She acts as a character in like comic books, and normally in these comic books that she's acting in, she is the villain. She's the villainess, and so she's the second female lead. So think of like, if you watch a lot of C-dramas and K-dramas, you know what the second female lead does. You know, she tries to break up the main couple. She has a crush on the male lead. Like, she's probably rich and she's doing all these stunts. So she's kind of used to being in that role. That's the role she's normally used to acting and like portraying. But something goes wrong in the new story that she's supposed to be in, and the story itself is glitching, and so she ends up not falling in love with the male lead, but instead falling in love with the villain, with the actual villain of the story, and he falls in love with her. So the story around him keeps glitching, and everything's going wrong, and she has to try and fix things, and she ends up actually stealing the role of the female lead. And so then the story gets upset by that, and the female lead, the person who's supposed to be the female lead, becomes a villain, and it's just, yeah, it's fun. It is a romp. I would totally recommend if you're just looking for some good fun time, and you like, it's so original. It is so original. I was not expecting that. Like, that's one of the things I like about these shorter dramas, is that they explore like ideas that like wouldn't otherwise be explored. And like, I mean, maybe this concept could have been enough to create like a full-length like 24 episode drama, but I'm glad they made it like a short drama, like, you know, like that, because it got to the point. It was quick, it was in and out, and I love that story for them. I love that for them. I don't know if it is actually based on a comic book, but like, it's really good. It's really, really, really good. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about 2 rewatches that fall into the same category next. The first rewatch I'm going to talk about is The General's Lady, which is available on Yo-Yo's English YouTube channel, and Falling on Into Your Smile, which is also available on YouTube. I just don't know on which channel, but it's also on Netflix. And these 2 are mentions because I spent so much of my time rewatching them. The thing is, I have bipolar disorder, and the thing is, I occasionally go through some depressive episodes. I had about 2 of those this year, 2 notable ones this year. And whenever I was rolling in the trenches, I would just put on The General's Lady, put on Falling Into Your Smile, and I'd just sit there, just let it wash over me. I don't even know what the dramas are about. Oh, I do, okay. The General's Lady is a fantasy, historical, I don't know quite where it sits, drama, a Chinese drama about this chick, the female lead. She basically is the emperor. Emperor is like the oldest girl, the second oldest, because the oldest sister in this family is married. The second oldest sister has to be married off, and she's going to be married off to the general at the border. He's called General Demon, and he is like fierce on the battlefield, and he's known for, you know, being fierce on the battlefield and like is all around supposedly like a scary guy. And so she ends up, unfortunately, this female lead ends up through some tricky situations, ends up being the sister chosen, despite it not being quite clear if she's actually the second born, because the her father has, I think, 3 wives and a concubine. I'm not quite sure. And she's roughly born at the same time as her other half sister. So there's a bit of a question as to like who's actually the second born child. But they force her to go marry the general. So she goes off, gets in the journey, red dress and all. One thing, side note, when in a C-drama, I get so excited when it's a wedding and the girlies are wearing a red dress. I'm just like, girl, slay. I'm like, slay. Like, the red dresses are always so pretty in my opinion. Like, I don't know what it is, but like the different like wedding attires that are worn all across the world, every time I see them, I'm always so like, slay. Like, how did the girlies come up with this? Because y'all look too good. Y'all were doing too much. In fact, let's be serious. Let's be FFR. In this very moment, you look too good. You look too good. No. Anyway, like, I'm on like Muslim TikTok, and there's like so many like Muslim girlies who are getting married and their dresses are absolutely stunning. This is absolutely stunning. The Indian girlies with their red dresses, absolutely stunning. And a C-drama, when I see them with the red dresses, absolutely stunning. K-dramas, or even like when I see like people on like social media who are Korean getting married in the hanboks, absolutely stunning. Like, I don't know what's going on over there in that part of the world, but it's absolutely stunning. Like, I'm also saying like African themed wedding dresses are also really pretty. Like, don't get it twisted. But yeah, now that my side tangent about the wedding dresses over there in that part of the world, I don't know why they want white. I don't know why in a lot of dramas the girlies wear white wedding dresses. Because I would never wear a white wedding dress if that was my traditional attire. Like, I would never. Like, I would, okay, maybe I'll do both. But like, only the white wedding dress? Bruh. No. Like, if I was Korean and I was getting married, you wouldn't catch me in a white wedding dress. I'd be in a hanbok. You couldn't convince me any other way, girl. You wouldn't convince me any other way, because it's absolutely stunning. Like, if I was Indian and I was getting married, I'd be in a red sari. I wouldn't wear a white dress to my wedding. No. Yeah, anyway. So, but also Indian weddings have like multiple days. So I know that they like have multiple different dresses for the multiple days, because I think like Indian weddings are like 5 days or something ridiculous like that. It's a never-ending party over there thereby. But yeah. I got on a tangent about weddings. Anyway, so she's in her red dress. She goes over there with her maidservant. She's got a maidservant who follows her around. We learn later on in the story, not later on, I think in like episode 8 or something, that like her maid is someone who like, it was an orphan on the street that she's friends with, and she brought into her father's house, and was like, you can be my maid and I'll look after you, type of thing. Anyway, but they're really close and they're friends. They're really friendly. And so, yeah, anyway, it's one of my favorite friendships in C-dramas. Like, I must admit, like, it's one of my favorite friendships because it's so cute. Like, I love their dynamic. And so, yeah. Anyways, she goes to the border. She meets the general demon. The general's like, I don't want to marry you. I didn't ask for a bride. Me, I'm good by myself. Me, I'm just gonna fight my battles, carry on my life. But turns out he also caught feelings, because she's everything that she should be. She's smart, she's pretty, she's witty, she's great. And so yeah. Anyway, the General's Lady is something that is a drama that I've watched. Like, if I type in the words the GEN into my YouTube search bar, that's the first suggested thing that comes up. That's how many times I've watched it. I don't even think I have to type the E in. I think if I just type in the G-E, the G-N. G-N? Do I not know letters anymore? The G, the G. Like, it's just there. It's just there. This is the first thing that comes up. It's not even, no question asked. Falling into a smile. Oh, what's Falling into a Smile about? It's about this other chick. She is a professional gamer. She wants to be a professional gamer, a professional video game player, and she gets recruited to play for this other video game professional team. And basically, she's the first girl to play in the league. And so she's getting on this team. It's weird because she's the first girl there, and her family doesn't really want her to do it. Like, her mom is like against it because she doesn't see, like, you know, it's playing video games. It's not really that serious, you know. And she has this rivalry, I suppose, with the main captain of the team, who later becomes who is the love interest. So yeah, it's a very cute drama. I really enjoy it. Yeah. I keep going back to it, like, once, at least, like, even when I'm not depressed, like, I will go back to Falling Into Your Smile just for vibes, because I just genuinely enjoy it. So yeah. The next drama I'm going to talk about is Accidentally in Love. I watched this one on Netflix. I do not know if it's available on YouTube. This is a cute drama. It's about this college-age girl, rich girl, who basically runs away from home so she can go to university. She's an orphan, but she's an orphan living with her grandfather. And her grandfather's like, no, you can't go to that college all the way across the country, no. But she's like, no, I'm gonna go. She runs away, she takes her money, she goes to the college, and of course, while she's there, she falls in love. With he's not a bad guy per se, but like with this other student who's there. With this other like handsome guy who's there. So yeah, it's very cute. I would recommend if you're looking for something fun and cute to watch on Netflix and you're bored. It's not overly memorable for me, but it was a fun watch. Like, you know, I don't have anything against her. Like, you know, yeah, it was cute. And the next drama I'm going to talk about is a drama that I actually really liked. It's called I Am the Years, You Are the Stars. Now, before I talk about this drama, yes, it is available on YouTube. I have to mention the fact that sometimes I like things that are not all that good. Like, this drama may not be the most well-written, most well-acted C-drama out there now. But she's interesting. She's interesting. So basically, I Am the Years, yeah, I'm right. I Am the Years, You Are the Stars is about a terminally ill, I think she's 25 years old or something, but she's terminally ill, and she works at where they do autopsies. I always forget. I think she works at a mortuary? Not autopsies. Like makeup and like, yeah, mortuary. She's a mortician, and she does makeup and getting dead bodies ready for funerals. So that's what she does. And she's terminally ill. And one day she meets this guy who's basically been alive for like 100 and something years. And one day, I don't remember how he ended up being immortal per se, but he ended up being but he's immortal, and he's been alive for like 100 and something years, and he just wants to die. So you've got a female lead who doesn't want to die, but she's terminally ill and she's about to die, and a male lead who wants to die. He's like, I've been alive too long, I need to go, but he's just tried every way to unalive himself, and it hasn't worked. So he's trying, but then they meet, and also he's poisoned. So every night, at some stage of the night, he has to be locked up in this special room in his big mansion so that he doesn't cause harm to everyone or whatever. And they figured out that when she's around, he doesn't do that. So they're like, strike a deal. I'll give you a crap ton of money. You come live in my mansion. You look after me during that time when I lose my sanity or whatever. And then, yeah, pretty much. So she does that, and then they fall in love. Like, it's a very simple drama. Like, it's not too whatever. I did like it though because it also has a twist villain. Like, the villain at the end is someone you don't expect to be the villain. And maybe if you are someone who's really smart and you like looked one time, like looking back in hindsight, maybe I could have told you that that guy was the villain, but maybe I spoiled too much by saying that he's a twist villain. Anyway, but I really enjoyed that drama. I would totally recommend it. It's really fun. It's a fun romp, and I personally think if you're not looking to be critical, if you're looking to just take your thinking cap off, leave your brain at the door, vacation a little, watch something a bit cringe, a bit cute. I am the years, you are the stars. It's cute. It's here for that. And then the last drama I'm gonna talk about, I have two dramas actually. One more is a rewatch. My other rewatch that I spent a lot of time rewatching this year is My Dear Happiness. It's a drama. Basically, the female lead is a lawyer, or she's a student lawyer. She's studying. She's still in the process before she gets like fully qualified to be a lawyer. And she gets an internship, and she's assigned to work at this hospital as like the legal person of this hospital where the male lead works. He's either a neurosurgeon or a cardiac surgeon. Why do I think he's a cardiac surgeon? Why do I think he's a neurosurgeon? Why don't I just Google this? I'm not gonna Google this. Anyway, we're gonna move along. He's a specialist type of doctor, and he's got a good career. But when they keep meeting, he recognizes her from childhood. At some point in their childhood, they had been close and friends, and she moved away because of her father's death. And he's like, oh, I recognize you from childhood, but she doesn't recognize him. So he's kind of a bit frustrated, but he's doing that thing that male leads do in C-dramas where they're obviously trying to win the female lead over, but they don't know how to do it, but they're flopping, but it's kind of cute, but it's not, but it's stupid, but anyway. And he ends up being her landlord. And they live opposite each other. Nothing makes sense anymore. Just switch up your brain. When I say it out loud, actually, when I think about it, like, what was even that? Anyway, but it's fun. It's a fun drama, and I really genuinely enjoyed it. I liked it for what it was. And the second lead couple is one of those lead couples that actually like sticks out, and I remember them. It's this bookstore owner who is the male lead's uncle. He's relatively young. I think he's in his 30s. And the female lead's best friend, who owns a restaurant right next to the bookshop. And they're basically like an enemies to lovers, kind of cute little fun time. It's not enemies. They don't hate each other, but they dislike each other severely. So yeah. And then the final drama I have to talk about is Here Is My Exclusive Indulge, Season 1 and Season 2. Season 1 and Season 2 have two different storylines. One thing that I don't know. Okay. And the female lead remains the same in both seasons. The actress who plays the female lead remains the same. But the actor who plays the male lead, I think he changes. And the plot is different for each season. You're not following the same couple. One of those dramas that is really short. The episodes, I think, are 5 to 10 minutes long. So when they compile it, it's real quick. Yep, it's nice and cute. So in the first season, the female lead is a writer, and she's a web writer, and she basically is she stalking him? She's not stalking him. She sneaks around trying to get her chance to meet this rich, handsome millionaire man who's in a wheelchair so that she can basically write about him and write a story about him. And then because he needs a girlfriend to get his aunt off of his back, the rich guy is like, hey, let's fake date. Let's pretend to be together. And so they live together and they fake date. It's cute, wonderful, fun times. The male lead in the season is different to this male lead in the second season. In the second season, what happens is that they're both rich. But her mother, I think her father died. And so her mother's left alone with the wealth that I think her initial father died. And so then her mother is single and was single and has remarried remarried. And her stepdad is cheating on her mother and is trying to steal all her mother's wealth away. And the rich guy they meet coincidentally and they just kind of fall in love, and it's cute. No, I got it wrong. Season 1 is the one where she's rich and she is trying to protect her family's wealth, and the rich guy is just in love with her. He's just in love with her because he's in love with her. He just thinks she's pretty and nice. Which honestly, I don't know what it is when it comes to romance novels and movies and TV shows. But if the male lead just sees her and thinks, wow, this is a nice chick and I'm in love, I'm just happy. Excuse the thunder outside. I think it's gonna rain. And yeah, that's it. He was just like, she cute, she fun, she great, I'm in love. I don't know what it is, but male leads who are simps, sign me up. They can be a simp and still be the biggest red flag, and I'll still be there. Anyway, I think that's the last drama that I have to talk about today. If I missed a drama that I watched this year and I didn't remember to put it on the list, maybe I'll talk about it next year at some point. But yeah, I think that's all the C-dramas I watched this year. That was quite a fair list. That was how many C-dramas? Let me count. 13. And I watched more K-dramas than I watched C-dramas. And yeah, I spent a lot of time watching C-dramas this year. And I overall watched a lot of good C-dramas. I think the ones that I don't remember watching were the ones that were bad and I didn't like them, so my brain just clicked, delete that memory. That's it. If you really like this video, please don't forget to drop a like, leave a comment. Quick question. What was your favorite, if you watch C-dramas, what was your favorite C-drama of the year? If you have any thoughts about the C-dramas I talked about today, give me your opinions. Did you like any of them? Did you hate any of them? Give me the tea, girl. I always like reading negative reviews of things that I really like and just seeing what people dislike in the opposite of what I like about something. So if you disliked any of them, tell me why. And yeah, just leave that down below in the comments. Subscribe if you really like this video, and I'll be back soon with more content. Bye.